You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
And right now at 7, we take you to Iola, Kansas to learn how the police department partners with KOAM's Toy Box to bring Christmas to those less fortunate.
And as holiday travel increases, it means there's chances increasing of needing help on the road. Yana Dula sits down with a state trooper to learn what number to call in your time of need.
And we're still continuing to track thunderstorms across the area. This latest batch rolling on through. We'll tell you when it's going to get out of here and what happens behind it coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. The Disabled American Veterans Organization teams up with Recruit Military to bring a virtual job fair to all veterans. Their spouses, active duty military personnel, and members of the National Guard and Reserve. More than 40 employers from a range of industries are represented at this job fair, with career opportunities from entry level to senior management. And veterans attending can also receive career counseling and resume assistance, as well as network with other veterans. This event takes place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you're interested in attending, you can go to success.recruitmilitary.com. KOAM's Toy Box is partnering up with local organizations in the area to bring a smile to every child's face this holiday season. And Amber Jenkins met with one of these partners who does just that.
Thank you, Tanya. The Iola Police Department is partnering with KOAM for the annual Toy Box Drive. The police department passes out toys and gifts to families in Allen County who are in need during the holiday season. Toys are not the only thing the police department hands out. Allen County families also receive coats, snow boots, and even blankets. Parents will receive times when to pick up the toys at the Iola Police Department.
Really great opportunity for Allen County, and especially for families that can't really afford it at this time with COVID and everything going outrageous.
Today is the last day for KOAM Toy Box. However, you can still donate by going to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com.
I have to say, Amber, the little boy there in the video, Colton, such a cute boy. Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
Yes, Colton was very excited for me to come and interview him and give him a chance just to talk about Christmas. Christmas is one of his favorite holidays, and of course, even though you'll see later in the package, he's very excitable. He has a speech impediment, but that does not hold him back when trying to ask and let Santa know what he wants for Christmas.
And what would that be that he wants?
He said he wanted a race car, but of course Mama said Santa better be rich.
That's for sure. All right, thank you so much, Amber. Well, don't forget our final Toy Box Tuesday telethon is today. You can join us for the noon, 5 and 6 p.m. newscast to hear stories about how the Toy Box program is helping local families in need. Also be ready with a credit or debit card to call in and make a donation. And remember, all of your donations can stay in the county you live in. Again, our final Toy Box telethon starts in just a few hours at noon right here on KOAM, and then resumes for the 5 and 6 o'clock news. Well, holidays are inching closer, which means travel is increasing, and drivers in the 4 states are able to reach out to highway patrols for emergency and non-emergency needs. KOAM's Yana Tula talked with a state trooper and a local towing company about the help available when you have a problem on a highway.
Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds residents about Star 55, an emergency line for the Highway Patrol. Trooper Sam Carpenter says it is not only for emergency, but smaller breakdowns as well.
If your car does break down and you're on a busy highway, we want you to get as far to the right as you possibly can, get as far off the roadway as safely possible.
Star 55 dial also works in Arkansas. In Kansas, you can dial Star 47, and in Oklahoma, simply 911.
If you know you're on the interstate in between towns, Star 55 might be a little more direct for you, because that's going to get the highway patrol. We'll know exactly where you are, and we'll be able to get people to you.
Carpenter says the most common call they get is about people's cars breaking down or becoming stranded, but they also get a lot of calls about wrecks. One Scott Rosenberg, owner of Rosenberg Recovery and Towing, receives a call from the patrol. He'll be helping on the side of the highway in 30 minutes to an hour.
If somebody's broke down on the highway, we consider that a priority call because we want to get you off the side of the highway versus somebody's car broke down at their house.
The side of the highway is not an easy place to work and requires everyone's attention.
You've got cars within inches of you going 80 miles an hour. So that's why we ask, move over. You know, the biggest thing is slow down, move over.
And remember, drivers should move over or slow down when they see those flashing lights on the highway. In Joplin, Janna Hautala, KOAM News.
Carpenter says always be prepared for a car breakdown, such as having your cell phone charged, food and warm clothing with you in the car as well.
All right, we're tracking thunderstorms rolling into the area. Live look at 36 and range line in Joplin from the MoDOT camera there. You can see we've still got the wet roads. Rain just starting to make its way into the city of Joplin right now, which we can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Still getting some lightning out of some of this activity, but the good news is no severe weather. But you can see we're going to be socked into some rain and showers across the area for the next few hours. This is all part of this line that's off to our west that's been rolling on through and in our area gradually expanding a little bit, but you can see the severe weather staying off to our south where they've been dealing with multiple tornado warnings, a couple of confirmed tornadoes and severe thunderstorm warnings down there as well. We've averaged about 3/10 of an inch of accumulation. We also have a wind advisory in effect until noon because through the morning we could see gusts upwards of 40, 45, maybe even 50 miles an hour. Rain chances, of course, ramp up with this line and then they'll taper off as we go through the rest of the afternoon. And we could see an additional 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain across the region. 7th and range line looking good so far. We've got the wet roads and thunderstorms now at the airport as they slowly work their way in. 50 degrees right now, southeast breeze at 11. We're sitting at 54 Chinook Parsons, 55 Chatopa Miami, 47 Lamar, and 48 in Carthage. For today, we're looking at a high of 60 degrees. Storms out of here by about 1 o'clock, leaving us with a couple hours of mild sunny weather before we drop back down to a low of 35 tonight with partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast for 42 tomorrow. We're in the upper 30s, lower 40s most of this week. And then we get cold by Monday, watching some snow chances we're keeping an eye on. Overnight lows dropping back into the 20s over the next several nights.
Well, up next, 2 recruiters from 5 Mile Children's Camp to learn more about how they're encouraging the community to come out and help those in need.
Plus, we'll have tips on how to keep your heart healthy this holiday season. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. In Health Watch this morning, it's a season, but the holidays can also be stressful, and research shows heart attack deaths are more likely this time of year. Mandy Gaither has more on how to have a heart-healthy holiday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but also when we tend to overindulge.
We may not eat as healthy. We may eat salty foods. We may eat sugary foods. We also may drink more alcohol than we usually do.
A 2018 study published in the BMJ Medical Journal says this time of year, heart attack deaths are more likely, especially among those who are most vulnerable.
One of the main drivers of it seems to be that people tend not to seek medical attention as much over the holidays.
Dr. Mitchell Elkin with the American Heart Association says that's why it's critical to know the signs of a heart attack, including chest pain, pain in arm, neck, or jaw, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing. There can also be subtle signs like nausea, indigestion, breaking out into a cold sweat, or feeling lightheaded and dizzy.
That if they do experience signs or symptoms of a heart attack, call 911, even if it's over the holidays.
Elkin says you can also prepare for a heart-healthy holiday by limiting alcohol, getting exercise and enough sleep, taking some time for yourself, and by eating healthy.
If you're going to go to a party, a holiday party, and enjoy, which we should, then maybe watch what you're eating earlier in the day or the other days of the week.
The American Heart Association says to check on those who are more vulnerable, like the elderly. If you're going away for the holidays, make sure they've got enough medication while you're gone. Skywatch Storm Tracker. We are tracking thunderstorms across the area. We just got hit by lightning ourselves here. The good news is we're not looking at any severe weather, but you can see we've got a mass of showers and thunderstorms across the area, including a good collection of lightning with this activity across Cherokee County, now working into Joplin as we speak. Also associated with this line. Our first batch early this morning, way out of here up by Jeff City now. And this line is what's bringing us our next round of showers and thunderstorms. The severe weather's been limited to the south, which is good news for us because they've been dealing with numerous tornado warnings. They've had a couple of confirmed tornadoes. In fact, that dark red box just northwest of Dallas is an indication that there's a confirmed tornado with that particular warning. Here, though, no severe weather, just thunderstorms, which is good news. We've averaged about 3/10 of an inch of rain. We also have, excuse me, we also have this, a wind advisory that runs until noon today for the counties in tan because we could see gusts upwards of 40, 45, possibly even 50 miles an hour, and then those will eventually calm down. Rain chances, of course, will ramp down as well after the system moves through, and we could pick up another quarter to half inch of rain on top of what we've seen. In Joplin right now, thunderstorms, 50 degrees with a south-southeast breeze at 11. Across the region, we're looking at 54 Chanute Parsons, 47 Lamar, 48 in Carthage. We're heading for a high of 60 today. Storms out of here by about 1. Get some time to enjoy the nice mild weather and some sunny skies before temperatures fall. We drop back down to a low of 35 under partly cloudy skies. We're back with more right after this.
All right, we've got another one of our Toy Box partners here in studio this morning with an exciting opportunity for families coming up this Sunday. We've got Garrett and Miguel here from 5 Mile Camp here to talk about the Polar Express train, which is really cool. First of all, I want to focus, thank you guys for coming in this morning. I want to find out more about 5 Mile Camp. It's a hidden gem in the 4 states for our youth.
Yeah, 5 Mile Camp is a nonprofit organization. We tend to work with kids at risk, but throughout the year we have kids come out, local schools within the 4-state area that come out year round, and they get to do all of our elements, all of our activities throughout the year. And in summer we have a program. It's a summer program where the kids come and they stay for about a week, and it's kind of leans towards kids at risk, which their counselors from each school chooses them. It's like 5 or 6 boys and 5 or 6 girls from each school, and just kids at risk that the counselors think they could benefit from it. We mainly focus on team building and building friendships, kind of trying to get along with each other, because we get kids each week is a kid from a different school. They're not the same kids, so they make new friends and kind of teach them to get along with everyone and new people. We get some kids who are not very good at that. By the end of the week, they're pretty good by the time they leave.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What kind of activities do you guys offer at 5 Mile Camp?
We have swimming. We have a indoor swimming pool. Zip lines, rock wall. We have low elements, where it's more of a team building, and then crafts. We have a movie theater, and we have a science train where it's kind of fun science, I like to call it. They go in there and there's like a Van de Graaff, plasma ball, and also again leans towards team building. Some stuff in there you can do as a team, or you can do it by yourself. But
that's pretty cool. Yeah. And it's this science train that you guys have converted into the Polar Express train.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So the Sunday, December 18th, from about noon to 7, we're going to open up to the public for the first time ever. So we're pretty excited about that. What we've done is we've taken a passenger train car, it's a stationary car, completely gutted the inside of it, and we've made it our Polar Express. And so, you know, Sunday, families are going to come down. Santa's coming down to be there. You can get your picture taken with Santa, have hot chocolate. In our movie theater, we'll have the Polar Express playing. Galena Fire Department's bring out their big ladder truck, and it'll be out there. All of our tractors are going to be decorated, so we're just hoping to have a really good time out there.
Now, it is free to attend, but you guys are asking for donations
Yes.
to help out Cherokee County Toy Box.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we're accept donations on that, too. So you can bring cash, toys, whatever. And it's all voluntary on that.
All right, and if you do bring toys, make sure they're new unwrapped toys so we can
Yes.
make sure they get distributed properly. Yeah. I think one thing left we need to discuss is where is 5 Mile Camp located? How do we find it?
You can go to our website, it's 5milecamp.com, or our Facebook page. It's under 5 Mile Camp. It's Quapaw, Oklahoma. It's a couple miles south of downstream. I think the address is on the website. It should be right there at the very top, too.
Yeah, Google it, you'll
Yep.
find it. All right, well, thank you too. Anything else you want to add?
no,
I don't think so.
pretty good.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Braved the storms on the way home this morning.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be much better on Sunday.
Yeah, we're
Right.
hoping.
All right, well, I hope it's a wonderful day and all aboard the Polar Express.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. We take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Private First Class Reynold Nicolay. This Fairland, Oklahoma native served with the Marines from 1940 to 1945. To Private First Class Reynold Nicolay, we thank you, today's four-state hero.
Well, spreading the holiday cheer, police in Tulsa are offering people the chance to clear their debts while helping others in the community in the process.
Alex Cash has more on this story.
There's hope that these cans of carrots and corn can help people in Collinsville this Christmas.
I'm hoping that this will help the community on just about every level. You know, well, one, we're going to be providing food to those who may not be able to provide meals for themselves during this season. And on top of that, the people who have gotten tickets or warrants.
That's Collinsville Police Chief Matthew Burke. With its Food for Fines campaign, they're offering people the chance to clear fines and warrants for less money. For every non-perishable food item donated, $5 is taken off a ticket, and the food items are given to food banks. Burke says it's a win-win.
Everyone is saving every dollar they can for Christmas gifts and things like that. And, you know, everyone makes mistakes. So if they've received a ticket, rather than having to dip into their Christmas money to pay for that ticket, they can go buy some food for the needy and get that ticket cleared up and do it much cheaper than they would have. And we get to help out the community with their help.
Police say people can clear a warrant too.
When you have a warrant on you, you really are kind of, that old saying, like an outlaw. Like if your car gets stolen or something, you can't go report it because you have a warrant and will be arrested. So it really does kind of diminish the kind of resources that you get to utilize that the community provides. So this will give them an opportunity to really clear off some of these warrants that would have been much more expensive otherwise, and get them back into where they can utilize the police the way they deserve to be able to use them.
Collinsville police say this has been so popular so far, this is the second pile of donations that they have. They say they wanted to make sure this was a good deal so people have more money in their pockets and can make a fresh start in the new year.
It really just kind of helps everyone on every level.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the Collinsville Police Department will be collecting non-perishable items until December the 20th. So absolutely awesome that they are doing that to help folks out. And of course, here locally, we've been dealing with showers and thunderstorms across the area. We are looking at some showers and thunderstorms in Joplin right now. Skies are otherwise cloudy. Roads are wet. We're sitting at 50 degrees with those thunderstorms in Joplin. We've still had this little line here, right here, where if you're southwest, you're a little warmer. Chanute 54, 54 Parsons, 55 Chitopa, Miami. And to the northeast, you're a little cooler. You got 44 Monette, 48 Carthage, 47 in Lamar. As we go through today, we're going to reach a high of 60 degrees. Storms are out of here by about 1 o'clock today. So you have a little bit of time to enjoy the mild weather before this happens and temperatures fall back down to 35 tonight under partly cloudy skies. We might make it to 42 tomorrow. We're in the upper 30s, lower 40s the majority of this week. And then by next week, we're watching very cold weather on Monday, maybe some snow chances, and overnight lows over the next several nights dropping back into the lower 20s. So very cold weather is finally here for those who really like it. We got a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. On Monday, Watered Gardens Ministries hosted its annual Christmas market. It provides an opportunity for area parents to earn Christmas gifts for their children. It offered a variety of toys, clothing, games, and stocking stuffers, which were all donated by the community. And instead of paying for items, parents who volunteered to work received toys as compensation for their time.
It's opportunity for parents to partner in our workshop doing chores, or there's craft projects down there and recycling things that they can be a part of. It's a kind of a way to contribute towards their gifts, a way to kind of restore a little bit of dignity.
There was also a gift wrapping station. The Christmas market is at the Outreach Center and will continue tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. Well, Joplin area Arvest banks and individual employees came together to donate food to the Joplin High School Food Pantry. Company set aside a portion of its marketing budget for the donation. Bank employees could also donate. In total, they gave $600 worth of food.
seems like there's an increase of food insecurity in the area, and so I know that our folks that take care of the food pantry, they do a really nice job of reaching out to get donations.
This is the first time Arvest Bank has made a donation to the high school food pantry. Well, a special tree in Pittsburgh's Meadowbrook Mall is now shining bright. The Mount Carmel Foundation set up a Remember Me tree in the Meadowbrook Mall. People could get donations to different ornaments, hung on the tree with their name on it. The tree was lit up at a ceremony on Monday.
The Remember Me tree, all of our donations that we collect with the tree, all the proceeds go to Ascension Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh. And so we use those funds to help with our patients and our staff, anything from equipment purchases to patient assistance to continuing education. So it does a lot to impact our hospital and our community.
Funds will go to support Ascension Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh. Well, KOAM's Toy Box campaign teams up with many organizations across the 4 states to help us provide Christmas presents to hundreds of children. In Allen County, Kansas, the Iola Police Department becomes our helpful elves for Toy Box. Amber Jenkins joins us with more.
Some of the toys have already left the new set ready for kids in that county. I interviewed a family about their excitement about receiving toys during the holiday season.
Are you excited, Colton?
Colton and his family are excited about Christmas this year.
Santa Barbara rich for a race car.
Colton was chosen by the Iola Police Department to receive toys for Christmas. Every year, the department gives toys to families who are struggling during the holiday season.
D-Rod, he's like a family friend, so I know him very well. And he brought him out and said, good luck.
Toy drives across the 4-state community are seeing an increase in families struggling to make ends meet while trying to uphold Christmas traditions.
I just think it's a really great opportunity for Allen County, and especially for families that can't really afford it at this time with COVID and everything going outrageous.
Nevertheless, Colton is anxiously awaiting Christmas Day.
When he was little, he would, when he opened like a box or anything, he got really excited and his legs would shake and his hands would go. He loves Christmas.
Last day for KOAM's Toy Box. However, you can still donate by going to our website at koamnewsnow.com.
All right, and as I understand, the Iola Police Department helps out these families in more than just toys for Christmas, correct?
Yes, they also give families coats and rain boots and snow boots, all kinds of things that they can use all year round. I think it's a great program for the police department because not only that they're connecting with the community, but the little kids are looking up to their police officers.
Yes, that's very awesome. All right, thank you so much, Amber. Well, this morning we are discussing organ donation, and gourmet cookware is Byron Wolf's bread and butter, and likely what helped save his life. Today marks his 88th time receiving dialysis since May, and one of his last. Wolf was prepared for this to be his life for at least a couple more years, especially because finding his match is extremely rare.
In a series of life-changing moments this week, Wolf got the call you might say is a miracle. 5 days before Christmas, Wolf will get his new kidney. And he credits a post on Instagram by his longtime friend, bonded by gourmet cookware, who just happens to be the lead singer in the world-famous band Foreigner, for playing a big hand.
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. And that brings us to our question for you. Are you a registered organ donor? You can vote yes or no. So far, 68% of you say that you are. 32% of you say you are not. Make sure you vote through our website, through our app, and take part in the discussion on our Facebook page. MoDOT camera 36 and range line is looking wet right now as we've got showers and thunderstorms rolling through the Joplin area and through a good portion of our area. In fact, you can see them on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. It is busy this morning. Showers, thunderstorms extending all across southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma, and they'll continue to rain on us for the next few hours this morning. Severe weather, the good news is it has been staying to our south. They've been dealing with several tornado warnings, 2 or 3 confirmed tornadoes out there. Additionally, severe thunderstorm warnings as well. But again, we are lucking out so far. We've had about 0.3 of an inch of rain so far, and we'll see a little bit more as we we go through the morning. We also have this wind advisory for the counties in tan until noon today because we could see wind gusts pushing 40, 45, possibly upwards of 50 miles an hour. And they'll do so into the afternoon when they calm down a bit. And then this system clears out and the winds will really start to die down. Our rain chances, of course, very high as we head through the morning. And then as this line moves on through, we will start to dry out. And we could see an additional quarter to half inch of rain on top of what we have already seen. 7th and range line, it is raining. There's been some lightning out there. We got some thunderstorm activity in Joplin, 50 degrees right now. We're a little warmer to the southwest where we've got 53 Neodesha, 54 Chanute Parsons, 55 Chatopa Miami, and off to the northeast a little cooler, 48 Fort Scott Carthage, 47 Lamar, and 46 in Nevada. Heading for a high today of 60 degrees. Thunderstorms out of here by about 1 o'clock, so we'll have 2 or 3 hours of decent mild weather to enjoy before temperatures sink, and they're going to stay sank. We got 35 degrees for our low tonight with partly cloudy skies, and as we look at the 7-day forecast, this is what I'm talking about. December settles in. 42 tomorrow. We're in the upper 30s, lower 40s the next several days, then near freezing on Monday, our first decent snow chance of the season. Of course, a lot can change between now and then, but we are watching snow on Monday for you, and check out these overnight lows plummeting into the lower 20s over the next several nights. We got a lot more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We're joined by our good friend Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you on. So we've got a pretty exciting recipe coming up, and we were talking about this just before we came back on how special this recipe is.
It is. It's a winning recipe from the Kansas State Fair. Each year, the Kansas Soybean Commission sponsors a Heart Healthy Recipe Contest. And so this happens to be recipes from the snack and appetizer division. So they're healthy for us. And I thought, what better way to showcase them than in December when we want some healthy snacks with our recipes that we're doing.
Yeah, to kind of balance out the not so healthy stuff we may be eating around the holidays. So this one's called Soy Easy Creamy and Nutty Snack Dip, and it actually took first place.
It did. And who won it? Can you tell us her name?
Looks like our winner was Denise Pounds out of Hutchinson, Kansas. So this is going to be an exciting, heart-healthy recipe that we've got for us.
And for anyone out there that wants to enter next year, they could start getting their recipes ready now and go to their website. What I have in here is the soy nut butter, and to that I am going to add some honey. I think it's just 1 teaspoon of honey that we're going to add to that, and I'm just going to mix that a little bit just to blend in that honey so that it is kind of creamy there for us. And then there's only 4 ingredients in this recipe, so it's easy to do. We're going to add the soy yogurt. And the little cartons like this, if you find them, we need 1 carton. This is vanilla, and it's about 2/3 cup. But if you enjoy soy yogurt and buy the larger carton, 2/3 cup is what you need.
Okay.
All right, we'll add that in. Thank you for doing that. And the soy yogurt comes in lots of different flavors, but we're using vanilla. And now we just want to mix that together, and that's all there is to this, except for adding the chocolate chips at the end. And you know, you could use this idea that she's done with other kinds of the soy yogurt too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she has us serving it with the grapes, and we've got cookies there. Now I'll let you sprinkle that in. We've got that, there you go. That is 3 tablespoons of the mini chocolate chips. And there, I'll hold that up so you can see how easy that is. And if it's not quite stirred in, it's kind of fun to see that soy nut butter kind of ribbon through there. Yeah, for that. But you can see here we're serving it with grapes and strawberries. You could do apples and pear slices. We even have some little cookies sticks that you can use it with. And I've put it there with the soy nuts that we did earlier in the month because we have 2 healthy recipes here, great for gift giving and a great treat to have for Santa.
Absolutely. Charlene, thank you so much. And of course, you can find more information on this recipe and on the Kansas Soybean Commission on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll be right back. Showers and thunderstorms continue across the areas. You can see sweeping all through southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma as they roll on off to the east, northeast. Even some lightning in there. So again, a few thunderstorms. All part of this big line that's going to roll through and kick on through this morning. And it's going to stick with us, though, for the next few hours. Severe weather is off to our south. They've been dealing with tornado warnings, even some confirmed tornadoes down there. Thankfully, we're just dealing with thunderstorms. We've averaged about 3/10 of an inch of rain so far. We do have a wind advisory for the counties in tan through noon today because we could see non-thunderstorm wind gusts pushing upwards of 40, 45, possibly even 50 miles an hour. But the good news is later tonight, those winds will start to calm down. Our rain chances, of course, really high right now as the system rolls on through, and then they'll taper off later. And we could pick up an additional roughly 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain across the region as well. Right now, Joplin, we got thunderstorms in the area. Wet roads, obviously, 50 degrees in the city. And we've got this line that's been persistent all morning. Southwest of it, it's mild. 54 Neodesha, Chanute, Parsons, 55 Chetopa, Miami. And northeast of it, it's cooler. 46 Monette, 48 Carthage, 47 Lamar, and 49 in Fort Scott. Heading for a high of about 60 degrees today. Storms wrap up at about 1 o'clock. So we'll get a couple of 3 hours of mild temperatures and some sunny skies before it gets cold. 35 tonight for our overnight low under partly cloudy skies. And a check of the 7-day forecast. 42 tomorrow. We're in the upper 30s, lower 40s through the week. We're looking at maybe near freezing on Monday. We're watching snow chances that day as well. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Still several days away, but we are watching that. And then as we head through the overnights, we got lows dropping back into the 20s. That's a check of your cold forecast. Here's Tanya with Consumer Watch.
That's right. A U.S. official confirms to CBS that Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced former CEO of the collapsed cryptocurrency platform FTX, was arrested Monday in the Bahamas at the request of the U.S. government. At the time, charges brought by the Southern District of New York were sealed. Federal lawmakers expressed disappointment that Bankman-Fried's arrest prevents him from testifying today before a House panel as part of a pre-planned congressional probe into the company's multi-billion-dollar collapse. Also today, the U.S. Energy Department is expected to announce a major scientific breakthrough on nuclear energy. The Financial Times reported Sunday that for the first time, scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California had achieved a net energy gain from an experimental fusion reactor. Scientists say it's a major step in the pursuit of limitless zero-carbon power. And the U.S. Supreme Court has refused a request from tobacco companies to stop California from enforcing a ban on flavored tobacco products. Californians overwhelmingly voted in favor of the ban last month in an effort to stop the rise of teen smoking. The ban will take effect December 21st. We'll be right back with more after this, but first, let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. Well, a student a student calls his Wisconsin high school room chaotic in a beautiful way.
Josh Spreiter takes us to a special classroom that's sharing love and reminding us that words matter.
The sound of a sticky note seems pretty simple, but inside this English classroom, it has a new meaning.
Mom was a teacher, Dad was a teacher, Grandpa was a teacher, Uncle was a teacher. So education felt pretty much like a natural fit.
Jennifer Doucette has been working in education for close to 18 years now, and this right here,
it turned out way better than I ever thought,
is her classroom inside Waunakee Community High School.
I'm not opposed to them coming in and feeling shocked and, not sure where to go, but then eventually finding kind of comfort in those notes.
From inspirational messages to beautiful works of art, both current and former students are leaving their mark.
I let them ask the questions. Things got weird, fast, in a really beautiful way to build connection.
I think it's really cool when you find like a Post-it note you can relate with.
Senior student Hannah Rada tells me finding that connection helps in making this sticky note classroom feel like home.
With Miss Doucette, she's really a personal teacher and she gets to know you, and I think that's a really great way to connect with your students and be able to help them learn and help them grow.
Even on the cloudiest day outside WCHS, inside, Miss Doucette is helping her students rewrite the narrative.
My vision for the room, died in a day. So what became, however, is so much better. My eyes, grab onto a few notes when I look around the room, always. I love the words. I love the pictures.
And of course, she's got a few favorites posted right next to her desk, including this one, left by a former student who struggled with her mental health.
She left a note on my desk for me with a piece of writing, and the note just says, "The difference a year can make, never forget, you make a difference." And so I keep it next to me for kind of rough days, to remind myself that this is like what I'm doing here. I will own that Post-it note for the rest of my life. Like, when these walls come down, that Post-it note will come with me.
Absolutely incredible.
That's when you know when you're making a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, at the end of every school year, Ms. Doucette laminates the new Post-its so they can be on display for years to come.
She also has an Instagram page where she posts them to keep them living on forever. Just absolutely fascinating. Something that also feels like it's going on forever is our rainfall. Now, of course, we desperately need this rain across the area, and as you can see, we are right in the thick of some showers, even some thunderstorms out there. Good news is for us, no severe weather. It's all part of this system now as it starts to wrap up and roll on through over the next couple of hours. Severe weather has been confined to our south, and that's where it's going to stay. Now, on average, we've picked up about 3/10 of an inch of rain. We also have these tan counties here. Well, that's a wind advisory until noon today because we could see wind gusts picking up 40, 45, possibly even upwards of 50 miles an hour before they start to calm down later. And rain chances will start to dwindle off after this system moves on through. And on top of what we've seen, we could pick up another 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain for us this morning. 7th and range line, it's wet, it's rainy, it is stormy. We're sitting at 50 degrees right now in Joplin. Got some mild temperatures on one side of a line, 54 Neodesha Parsons, 55 Chetopa Miami. Cooler up here, 47 Lamar, 46 Nevada, and 48 in Carthage. We're heading for a high of 60 degrees today. Storms out of here by about 1 o'clock, so a few hours to enjoy some mild sunny weather before we get cold. 35 for our low tonight under partly cloudy skies. We're only going to make it up to 42 tomorrow. We're going to be in the upper 30s, lower 40s the rest of the week. Watching cold temperatures and possibly some snow on Monday, and overnight lows back into the lower 20s. We got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. The National Weather Service is warning there will be numerous widespread and impactful weather hazards in the heart of the country this week. The advisory comes as a massive winter storm on the West Coast makes its way toward the Rockies. People are being urged to prepare for blizzard-like conditions from the northern plains to parts of the Midwest. Police in the Bahamas arrest Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of failed cryptocurrency firm FTX. U.S. attorneys say they will release more information this morning. Bankman-Fried had been under criminal investigation by U.S. and Bahamian officials after FTX collapsed last month. He was scheduled to testify before the House Financial Services Committee today. And wildlife officials in Los Angeles capture P22, Southern California's most famous mountain lion. The big cat will undergo a health examination after he killed a dog that was being walked in the Hollywood Hills. State officials say P22 may be exhibiting signs of distress. They'll determine his fate after his checkup.
All right, after after the showers and thunderstorms clear out, we're heading for a high of 60. They'll wrap up at about 1 o'clock, and then we'll be partly cloudy. Get a couple hours to enjoy some of the mild weather before we get cold. Partly cloudy tonight, dropping back down to a low of 35 degrees on the 7-day forecast. Only 42 tomorrow, hovering in the upper 30s, lower 40s for the next several days. Near freezing Monday, watching some possible snow chances on Monday, and overnight lows dropping back down into the 20s.
All right. Well, we want to remind everybody that our final Toy Box Telethon is today at noon, 5 and 6. And, it's kind of been a crummy morning. It'd be a great day to just make a phone call and let us do the shopping for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, if you can't make the phone call, you can donate online and make sure the kids get some incredible gifts this year. And it's all thanks to your generosity. Oh, this is perfect for me.
We were talking the other day about what do you get teenagers? Like, it's tough to buy for teenagers. Like, there's so many little kids' toys and stuff, and Then some of these showed up in the studio, and I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, this is perfect for teenagers and adults because look at that ball go. And it never comes out of there.
Fluffy stuff.
There are so many neat toys out here. This is just one of the many great toys that folks have bought and brought up to our stations or our donation sites. We've got a lot of awesome toys. We want to make this continue to grow, so make sure you help us out with our Toy Box Tuesday campaign.
Oh, Gabe wants to share his favorite toy.
Oh, yes, Gabe's brought in his favorite toy
here. He may
here.
have played with this every morning that it's been in here.
It's we've got just some
a future drummer
awesome
in the
ones.
family.
Just in case. You can do, I'm not doing it, but just make sure you help us out for our Toy Box Tuesday Telethon again today at noon, 5 and 6. Thank you so much for letting us put the good in your stormy morning. We'll be back with more news and weather and the Toy Box Tuesday Telethon today at noon.
That's right. Have a great morning and an even better day.